only difference is I'm much smarter and better looking than my main man, Vince Wright. But like Vince said, make sure you check us out every Friday on the SME Network. Peace.
Doug Stewart here to tell you about my man Smooth at smoothtickets.com. Smooth's got the tickets for everything that you need in the world of sports, concerts, or theater. I don't care what it is. I don't care where it's at in this great land of ours. My man Smooth at smoothtickets.com, he got them tickets. I'm telling you, boxing, baseball, NBA, NFL, country music concerts, hard rock, hip-hop, theater, Broadway, he's got them all. And if he don't have them, there ain't none. I'm telling you. Smoothtickets.com. Once again, that's smoothtickets.com, or give them a call at 404-374-1150. Once again, that's 404-374-1150. You gotta tell them, though, that I sent you. You gotta tell them that Doug Stewart sent you. Once again, smoothtickets.com. That's smoothtickets.com. Yeah!
The Sleeper Pick. The guy only you believe in. In 1 week fantasy football on DraftKings, he can be the difference. So trust your gut. Trust your numbers. Trust your Uncle Vito if you want. But know this, that sleeper is out there. The question is, who's going to play him? This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time.
To create your account, click on the banner link on the DougStewartShow.com or the Doug Stewart Show app. FootballSportsApp.com. What is it? It's the first live-action mobile sports app played in real time and a cool way to immerse yourself in the game. Make coaching calls just like the pros. Check out the video. Download for free this fall and register now again at footballsportsapp.com. Want to be part of this new exciting technology and make money? Fill out the short form at the bottom of the website and mention TDSS. Again, footballsportsapp.com. Yes, sir.
We're just going to have some fun with some hip-hop. A little hip-hop. That's all. Just relax. Hold on to your seat. Oh, yeah, this is the tunnel banger, too. Heard it out. This is the tunnel banger, baby. Hip-hop style, baby. Y'all remember? By the middle of March, when the pregnancy starts and your latest placenta, that means L just entered. Duck takes a little bitch ass for frontin'. Your 4'11" crackhead ass ain't hurting nothing. Nigga, you want the fame, now you famous overnight. Famous for getting fucked by a stick of dynamite. You weak, nigga, you about to die up in your sleep. The overlord of rap will never meet defeat. Pain and agony, I don't touch them zones. Fuck your epileptic lyrical methods, it's my throne. Blast your 50-pound ass and make it float. You read it, shook, nigga, I wrote the book, nigga. Held down my crown for a decade and a half. Now I'm about to give your grimy ass a bloodbath. Talk about being broke, nigga, I'm rich. Cause I learned to separate the money from the bitch. Don't hate me cause I'm paid, hate me cause I'm everything you wanna be. Handsome, young, plus legendary. Talk about Farrakhan, nigga, you gotta call Jesse Jackson for some affirmative action. Can I bust? Can I bust? Can I bust?
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show, Tribute Tuesday, LL Cool J. I was actually wrong. That's not Jack the Ripper. That's actually The Ripper Strikes Back. Two different songs. Jack the Ripper was actually at... LL has so many damn beefs, man. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. But that's that song right there was, in effect, the end of Cannabis's career. LL has so many beefs, man. I mean, I don't know why everybody wanted to go at him. And it probably was a little bit of jealousy or whatever. I mean, he was all on TV, and no, he really wasn't on TV back then. He was all in the movies or whatever, and he was this young, brash, trash-talking dude, man. So that was Ripper Strikes Back. Basically, I guess he was saying Jack the Ripper. He called himself Jack the Ripper. Who did he go at? Who was his first original beef? Oh, Kumo D. He had a beef with Kumo D. He used to go back and forth with Kumo D. He had a couple other battles as well. Rap beefs as well. But that particular track right there, man, was for Cannabis. Once again, if you're under the age of 30, you probably don't even know who the hell Cannabis is. It's because with that track, LL in effect retired that dude. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show, Tribute Tuesday. Paying homage to the great LL Cool J. I think I got LL. I had LL as number 5 on my list of top 5 rappers of all times. And no, we're not going to get into how you come up with your list, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, how I came up with my list. There's a lot of different variables that go into my list of top 5 rappers of all times. One thing about LL that had him high on my list at one point was the fact that he was the first person known for coming out, once again, with the love song, hip-hop songs. And then his longevity. I mean, this man has been around since like 1985. This man's been around for 30 years and is still relevant. The thing about hip-hop is that a lot of, cats come and go. A lot of dudes have one-hit wonders and you don't hear about them again and, you high today but you're low tomorrow, man. LL been around since like 85. 85 is 2016. This man has been around for 30 years and still got skills. He'll still destroy any of these young little punk rappers today. He would. So I think I had him at 5, but subsequently I think I switched him out with Jay-Z, and I moved Jay-Z at number 5. And I know a lot of y'all probably say Jay-Z should be even higher. No, it's my freaking list. It's my list. Okay? It's my list. Okay? And so number 5 on my list, I think, is Jay-Z now. Number 4 might still be KRS-One. Number 3 might be Tupac. Number 2 is probably Biggie Smalls. And number 1 still is the great Rakim Allah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's my list. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. I'm guilty, baby. Let's talk some football. I'm going to jump into the chat here in a second and read some of your chat. Definitely in the next segment. That's what we'll do. And maybe before we get out of this segment, we'll do that as well. This is the Doug Stewart Show. The number is 404-382-0338. Couple little news and notes from the world of the NFL. The Kansas City Chiefs and Eric Berry could not come to terms on a multi-year deal, so he's kind of holding out right now. Chances are he'll be in camp, though, before, the season starts. He's a veteran. He's a guy that beat cancer last year to come back and play very, very well. So they're trying to get a multi-year contract by July 15th, which is the deadline, which, may be Berry's only option to play the season to sign the team's obligatory one-year offer with about a $10.8 million salary. He overcame cancer last year, as I said, man. Eric Berry is a guy from Metro Atlanta, followed his career. Very well respected in NFL circles, man. This guy is a consummate safety. So as of right now, he's sitting out. He's a veteran, so he doesn't really need the training camp like a bunch of other cats. So we'll keep our eye on that story. Finally, Brashad Perriman, first-round draft pick of the Baltimore Ravens a couple of years ago, looks like he'll be able to participate in practices coming up in a couple of weeks. He missed his entire rookie year. And then also in the offseason, he partially sprained his ACL. So this is a cat with tremendous, tremendous talent, man, coming out of college, and hadn't suited up for the Baltimore Ravens as of yet. They're looking to get this guy, man. This guy, man, was an incredible playmaker in college, so we'll see how that turns out. Jadeveon Clowney, man, this will be the first year, if he can make it through this training camp, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, the defensive end from the University of South Carolina, if he can make it through this training camp, it'll be his first full training camp preseason that he's made injury-free. So we're all praying for Jadeveon Clowney, or at least we should be. Yeah. Dude has 4.5 career sacks, has been injury-riddled throughout his career. He's had a concussion, groin injury, torn meniscus, ankle injury, back injury, all types of little problems, man. So he hadn't been able to get right. I'm hoping he can get right. There's a lot of people out there, man, that are hoping and praying for Jadeveon Clowney's downfall, man. Boo to y'all. Let this man live. Everybody's so quick to call this cat a bust, man. He hadn't been healthy. And you really can't blame, someone's output on injury. If you're injured, you're injured. There's nothing you can do about it. So hopefully he can stay healthy, man, and we can see him on one side and J.J. Watt on the other, man. That's going to be crazy. San Francisco 49ers, man, are looking to have a healthy Carlos Hyde this year, looking for it to be a breakout year. We talk a lot about Chip Kelly and his offense, his passing offense, and how I said this yesterday, that it's a good, matchup with him and Colin Kaepernick. But people don't realize, man, a huge part of his offenses is the running game, okay? LaShawn McCoy really benefited from it at Philadelphia. He had a couple of backs in college at Oregon that did big and, really put a big number. So from a quick glance, you would think it's all about the passing game, but no, it's about the running game. They really look for Carlos Hyde, former Ohio State Buckeye, to take his game to the next level this year for the San Francisco 49ers. Everyone's saying that he's looking great in camp. And Matthew Stafford, man, once again, is looking pretty decent in training camp. He doesn't have your boy Johnson, Megatron, Calvin Johnson. Drew a blank there. Doesn't have Calvin Johnson to lean upon anymore, but he's got another great wide receiver, albeit old as hell, Anquan Boldin. That's right, and Matthew Stafford are going to be hooking up this year for the Detroit Lions. We'll see how much he has left in the tank. Man, Anquan Boldin been around a long time. Yeah, he'll be playing for the Detroit Lions this year, and once again, no more Calvin Johnson. He's retired. So Anquan Boldin, just a real steady, lock-solid pro veteran, man. If he's still got something left in the tank, he'll definitely be a big target for Matthew Stafford. All right, there's some news and notes from the world of the NFL. We got more to talk about. We'll get into the Dallas Cowboys, Washington Redskins, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Cleveland Browns, and oh yeah, there's some news about the Atlanta Falcons, man. But I want to read some of your messages in the chat room on Spreaker.com from Big Apple Bastard. Says, when was the pick? Oh, yeah. Good morning, Big Apple Bastard. Big Apple Bastard says, since when's the number 3 pick in the draft and the only pick holding out get no mention from the media? I'll wait. And I think Big Apple Bastard is talking about Joey Bosa. That's right. He hadn't signed yet. 3rd pick in the draft out of Ohio State. He hasn't signed yet. I think he's the only one. That from the first round that hadn't signed a deal yet. So I don't know what you're inferring by that comment, that they're showing some preferential treatment to him maybe. Possibly. From that Ninja T-Dub, there's nobody to throw Anquan Boldin the ball in Detroit. Stafford is another guy who's done nothing yet and still nobody seems to notice. I wouldn't go that far. Stafford got a cannon arm. He does. He hadn't done a lot winning-wise. He's got a lot of gaudy stats. And a lot of those stats, though, you can give credit to Calvin Johnson. But, yeah, I do think that you would probably, if you're talking about overhyped category, Ninja, I think you possibly could put Matthew Stafford in there. With all the billing coming out of high school at the University of Georgia, didn't win a damn thing at Georgia. And, with being the first pick in the draft and really, in relative terms, hadn't done a lot in Detroit. But once again, it's Detroit. Detroit doesn't have a lot of players. They've not had a lot of good history. The front office has always historically been in a wreck. So those are probably some of the reasons that, the media will use to try to take up for Matthew Stafford. But I do feel what you're saying. I would say he's more hyped than he should be as far as what everybody thought that he was going to be, obviously being the first pick in the draft when he came out of Georgia. Yeah. All right, when we get back from the break, man, all I'm going to do is read your chat. Yeah. Doug Stewart Show sponsored by FootballSportsApp.com. Go to FootballSportsApp.com. I'm telling you, this is going to be a huge part of the fall. And the Doug Stewart Show, man, we are the most interactive show in America. So we're going to be doing this FootballSportsApp.com over the weekend, as well as, fantasy football, weekly fantasy football on DraftKings. As a matter of fact, if you're doing DraftKings with us, for like $10 a week. Make sure you create your account by clicking on the